Well, I've been for healthcare reform in a variety of productive ways for a long time, but I've watched this process. I actually was there in '93 when Mrs. Clinton tried to do it. It is the Democrat Party's desire to gain control of a major sector of the American industry and for the government, them in the government, to administer, as they do now already, for the health care of virtually all senior citizens in this country. And my first problem is, it's not about my health care or that of my children. It's about your power. Why don't you be honest about that? And speaking of that, my position is about my personal liberty. I have a right to say no to the government. You talk about, you first said one payer first, oh, we couldn't get that, one single payer. You said a public option will be voluntary. Then you read the bill and it's full of sanctions, audits, penalties, fines, and mandates. So it's not mandatory, it's not voluntary, it's mandatory. And again, it all comes back to a very simple thing. These folks in Washington today desire to control the administration of healthcare facilities in this country for all Americans. Define the terms by which you will provide for your health care, access the system, and the treatments that you will receive in the system. It's a non-productive process. It has failed every place it has tried. We in America have already an existing system, even with its difficulties, most of which are born out of misguided public policies that could be corrected by just backing off. We already are the best in the world. Why in the world would you take the best healthcare system in the world and try to screw it up for no reason other than policy? A very simple rule I have in my own life as an economist. I don't let politics define my economics. You shouldn't let politics define your healthcare. Politics is intellectually and morally inferior to virtually everything I can think of, with the possible exception of sociology. And so these people have political objectives. Bless their heart, they can have their political objectives, but not at the expense of my liberty or my grandchildren's access to a healthcare system that will be excellent for them.
Do you think this is a scary time for America?
It is a very frightening, it's the most frightening time I've ever seen, because this crowd right now, first of all, their zeal to acquire this power is without end, and their chance of succeeding is the greatest I've ever seen. I think America has awakened. President Obama has become the biggest disappointment faster than any president I have observed, and this country now has an acute case of buyer's remorse. So they know the clock's running out. That's why they got to get it done today. They know that if they saw what happened in August, if Congress goes home for Christmas and spends a month of their life in America, their deal's up. They can't. When they come back, Congress won't dare to do the things the president will want them to do.